Hello friends, and welcome back to another virtual story time with Miss Liz. Today we are reading a new twist on a classic fairy tale. If you've ever read or watched Jack and the Beanstalk, I think you're going to enjoy this book called The Giant of Jum. It is by Elli Woollard and Benji Davies, and it's published by Macmillan. Let's see what's going to happen in this story. The Giant of Jum by Elli Woollard and Benji Davies. We are about to start reading, and I am really excited because this book also rhymes. It's going to be a rhyming good time. Here we go. The Giant of Jum was a grumpy old grouch who was constantly grizzling and grumbling. And when he was hungry, he'd slobber and slouch and say, "Oh, how my tummy is rumbling." "Fee," he said, and "Fie," he said, and "Foh," he said, and "Fum! How I pine, how I wish for a child on a dish. Little children are yummy, yummy, yum." So look at this picture. Here's a big giant with a piece of broccoli, and I think he's thinking of how delicious something other than broccoli would be. And he thought of a tale that his brother had told of a beanstalk and a boy known as Jack. He'd be nice, thought the giant, if eaten quite cold with a side dish of beans for a snack. So it looks like this is the giant from Jack and the Beanstalk, and this giant is his brother. And right now he's hungry and thinking of all the ways he could serve up a young boy for a meal. So he strode through the land with such thunderous stamps that the trees started shaking and swaying. Through fields and forests, through rivers and swamps, and to gardens where children were playing. Uh-oh, here's the big grumpy giant who's hungry, and here's a bunch of kids playing. "Fum," he said, and "Foh," he said, and "Fie," he said, and "Fee. Children, I feel, will make a fabulous meal. I will gobble you up with my tea." But the children said, "What a magnificent man. You're so marvelously magic and tall." And they said, "Will you help us? We're sure that you can. Oh, please, will you help fetch us our ball?" Looks like they were playing, and their ball got trapped at the top of a fountain. The giant is tall enough to grab the ball. Do you think he's going to help them? The giant said, "Well, I suppose it won't hurt, but soon, have no fear, I'll be back. You'll be scrumptious if eaten with cream for dessert, just as soon as I've gobbled that Jack." So it looks like he's off to try to find that Jack, and he leaves these kids until later, he says. "Foh," he said, and "Fum," he said, and "Fee," he said, and "Fie. Children taste nice mixed with pasta or rice, and they're perfect when popped in a pie." Oh, I don't know about that. But the children ran up and they yelled, "Look at that up there in the leaves. Can you see? Oh, please, will you help us and rescue our cat? It's stuck in that sycamore tree." So here are the kids. Here's the cat stuck in the tree and the giant who might be big enough to help them out. Do you think he's going to help them? Let's see. The giant said, "Well, I suppose it won't hurt, but soon, have no fear, I'll be back. You'd be scrumptious if eaten with cream for dessert, just as soon as I've gobbled that Jack." So off he went, still looking for that kid Jack. "Fie," he said, and "Fee," he said, and "Fum," he said, and "Foh. My very best treat is some children to eat. I will start at the littlest toe." So he's planning how he's going to eat those children when he gets back. But the smallest boy whispered, "My legs are so sore," and he slumped to the ground and he cried, "I can't make it home. I can't walk anymore. Oh, please, could you give me a ride?" He's asking the giant to give him a ride. That doesn't sound very safe since the giant wants to eat him up. Let's see what the giant will say. The giant said, "Well, I suppose I don't mind," and he lifted the boy to his back. The boy said, "I love you. You're wonderfully kind. And what is your name?" "I'm called Jack." Uh-oh. So this little boy that the giant is helping, his name is Jack. They think that's the Jack the Giant was looking for, the one he meant to gobble up. Fee, he said, and fie, he said, and little Jack snack, is that right? I'll pulp you, I'll stew you, I'll gulp you and chew you, I'll gobble you up in one bite. But the children said, oh, no, you wouldn't. We think you've made a mistake. You're such a kind giant, you couldn't. Nice giants always eat cake. Cake, 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 cake. Look at that delicious giant-sized cake. The giant seems to be interested in the cake. The giant was starving. His tummy was rumbling. But then he said, wait, are you sure? I'm grizzly and grumpy and grouchy and grumbly. I've not been called kindly before. You rescued a cat from a tree, shouted Jack, and you fetched us our ball. You're so nice. You gave me a ride through the streets on your back, so we've made this for you. Have a slice. So they give the giant a piece of cake. Is he going to try it? Let's find out. He took a bite. Ho, he said, and hum, he said, and ha, he said, and he, chocolate's much better than children. And he ate it all up with his tea. Well, isn't that a happy ending? He didn't eat the children, he ate the cake instead. And that, my friends, is the end of that giant story. I hope you all enjoyed reading with me today. As you know, I'll be back tomorrow to read you more great books. Thanks for watching.